Hi everyone. So I want to give you some holiday food tips, and these can also be used when you're going out to dinner, you're dining out, or you're going to social gatherings. Starting out is plan ahead. So you usually know about the holidays, you know when you have a birthday coming up, you know when there's an event for most of the time. Like you also know when there's going to be date night. You want to be able to have the foods that you enjoy. So I kind of remember this. PVW, protein, veggies, and water. So, the day before, I might lower my carbs and fats just a little bit. I'm not going to do anything extreme. I'm going to make sure to focus on getting all my protein, veggies, and water in. And then that morning, same thing, I'm thinking, well, I'm going to be going out to eat tonight. Most of those meals are going to be really carb heavy, really high fat. So I'm going to mostly just need my protein. And then making sure to hydrate because they're going to be higher salt meals as well. You can log your food, and you could do it like if it fits your macros, and you can try logging and kind of guess on what that meal, whether you're going out to eat or you're going to do a holiday gathering, you could kind of take some estimations on that and do if it fits your macros. And then another planning ahead strategy is about 3 or 4 days before, lower your carbs or your calories just a little bit, and mainly in the form of carbs and fats, but nothing extreme. Today, tomorrow, the next couple days, so that I can indulge a little bit on Christmas Day. About 200 calories less. You don't want to go below your basal metabolic rate. Second thing, don't be shy. This is especially important when you go to restaurants, because people think it's weird to ask those questions. How did you prepare this? And it is easier when you have an allergy. Like I can't have soy, so I ask, can I look at the back? And I start to get uncomfortable, but really it's okay. You can ask questions. Don't be shy about it. And then the other thing about social events is people really don't care what you're eating. We think that they do. We think that, if we are choosing our own foods, that they're like, well, why are you having that? Why aren't you having this? And they're going to ask, they're going to offer because they care about you. Often I say, it doesn't work for me to have that today. And that's it. It's not like, oh, well, that's unhealthy, or that doesn't follow my meal plan, because people can make up all sorts of stuff about food, and they start to think that you're judging them on what they're eating, and you're really not. So keep it simple. Then we have moderation. Obviously, that's the one we always focus on, which is, follow your portions, control your portions. I want to make sure that you are also thinking about how you can help yourself stay moderate, which is going to be drinking lots of water that day, maybe having a protein snack before you go, having some veggies on your plate, to kind of keep you full and satisfied. Remember, it's one meal. You aren't going to ruin your results off of just one meal. We think, oh my gosh, the holidays are here. It's like, okay, there's Halloween, and then there's Thanksgiving, and then there's Christmas, and then there's New Year's. Well, really, that's 4 days. And if you take 4 days out of 120 days, and 4 days of those you are having something that's not on your meal plan, you're not going to ruin your results. The problem is when we think that we have to have all the leftovers, and we're eating pumpkin pie for 6 days straight, and then it's the next week, and then we go out to eat, and then it's the next holiday, and then we're eating leftovers. If you're at a restaurant, don't take the leftovers with you. Leave the leftovers. You don't have to make a ton of food. A lot of times people will actually feel really grateful for that, because they just eat it all over and over for days because they feel like they have to. And then also, if you do overindulge, do the same strategy of just lowering your calories by like 200 for the next 4 days. Just kind of like, okay, I'm going to be mindful of it, but nothing extreme. We don't want to get into those unhealthy habits of binge eating. Plan ahead strategy. They do intermittent fasting, or they'll fast for 24 hours or 48 hours. You got to be careful. There's a certain type of person that can do fasting. We want to keep a healthy relationship with food and remember that food is abundant and we have enough food. There's not, you eat it now or you never get it again. You will have enough food. You will have the right time and right place.